Hey everyone, welcome to Car Review. Today we're going to do a no spoiler review of the new movie Parasite, so let's get into it. So Parasite is this new movie from director Bong Joon, and I apologize if I mispronounce his name, but if you don't know him by name, you probably know of his previous works, such as the movie Snowpiercer, which starred Chris Evans and is now getting converted into a TV show. Check that one out if you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. But anyway, Parasite. It's a film unlike anything I've seen before in my entire life. I have not seen many foreign films before. This is probably my third one in my entire life, but it definitely stands out amongst any other movies I've seen that have come from different countries. This movie is told entirely in the language of Korean, with the exception of like 2 lines being in English, but the entire thing was dubbed with English subtitles because I'm in America. And I think this movie has a great chance of bridging the gap between not only being recognized as a best foreign film runner for the Oscars, but also being a best picture contender at the Oscars, just period. I think it could win best picture, and I think it probably has a good chance, and I think it should deserve it as well. I hope that all gets proven correctly because it deserves a lot of accolades. Anyway, this movie is so incredibly unique. It is funny at times, it is suspenseful, it's a thriller, but it's also a take on the class system, being that of the rich versus the poor. And it's so uniquely designed, and it's dangerously clever in the way it portrays everything it wants to be, from the cinematography to the close shots to the wide shots to the way the characters are brought in throughout the movie. And the dialogue is so sharp that it jumps off the screen, even though for the entire movie I was reading all of it. But I never got bored by that. It was just gripping, regardless if I couldn't understand the actual dialogue. I just had to read it. I think that was amazing. It was a great testament to this movie just being entertaining, not being just like, oh, I have to sit through this. It didn't feel like homework to have to read everything. In fact, I think it enhanced it because I was constantly looking at different parts of the screen, because sometimes the dialogue would be stretched across the bottom of the screen or be close together, and I would just want to see all the visuals that were happening around it. It was really unique. Anyway, this movie is as much a treat for your brain as it is for the eyes, and I know that sounds super corny, but it is, because this movie is just like a giant mystery. It's a puzzle. It keeps you guessing, and I don't want to give anything away. And the trailers don't give anything away either, because I wasn't going to see this movie. I wasn't going to see it for a couple reasons. One, it's playing in like 600 theaters, like nationwide. Okay, that's like 15 a state, like if that. So it wasn't coming anywhere close to my region because I'm in the Midwest, but it did come close enough to me. It was an hour away, and I went to go see it, and I was so happy I did. But another reason why I didn't really want to see it was because the trailers just sold it off the name of Bong Joon, and until I looked him up, I didn't know he was the guy that made Snowpiercer. I had a little bit of interest then, but again, it was like 3 hours away at one point, and I was like, whatever. But then I just kept on hearing about it, and I heard that if you're a fan of movies in general, or just cinema itself, you should go see it. If you're the type of guy that loves to sit down with movies and analyze them and rewatch them and look at behind the scenes stuff and even read scripts, this is the movie for you. And I was like, well, that's right up my alley. I like to do all those things. And then eventually it came to a town an hour away from me, and I drove there, and it was so worth it. This was such a great theater experience, because not only was my theater relatively full, but I got to see a wide variety of emotions throughout my audience. Again, this movie made me laugh. This movie made me cringe. It nearly made me cry. And at the end, I was just floored. Okay, there's a great dichotomy between the rich and the poor. You know, the main characters, they literally live in a lower apartment than those who are rich. This upper class family is literally higher up on them in terms of living space. And there are great parallels between stuff like that just emulates, excuse me if I misuse that word, let's say that it just captures this great parallel between the rich and the poor. And you see that throughout the entire movie. There's a lot of great contrasts between also how we view the old and the young, or the elderly and the young, I guess I should say, and men and women. And I found it just to be fascinating. This movie is really It's not gonna be for everyone. Like I said, it's for people that really like to digest movies. You know, if you see like a movie like once a week, you know, or if you just, I don't know, don't really care about what you see, I don't really think this one will be for you. But if you're someone who loves to just feast on films and just check them out for what they are as pieces of moving art, go see this movie. And I don't want to give anything away. And I recommend that you watch a trailer just to get a sense of the visuals and what you are going to be getting into. But then after that, just stop. Because the trailers, looking back on them in hindsight, give you just maybe 20% of the context of what you're going to be looking into. And that's enough. If anything, you maybe shouldn't go in with any knowledge at all, just to be fully surprised. And this movie has a lot of surprises. Again, it kept me guessing. It was a mystery. But it was so charming in its execution that I wasn't off-put by how little I knew or how little I was able to follow. I just enjoyed watching the story from beginning to end, following these characters and having them try to ultimately just survive in this world of poverty, that they want to feel wealthy even if they can't obtain that wealth for themselves. It is a great character study, a look on society. It is a great view into the Korean lifestyle. If you're a fan of history or international culture, definitely check this movie out. And I apologize for rambling, but again, I want to keep this spoiler free, so it's hard to not dive in. But I promise you, if you get a chance to see this movie, you're going to want to dive in. You're going to want to have discussions about this movie. And if you do want to have a discussion, leave a comment down below after you watch this video. It's amazing. One of the best pictures I've seen all year, and it's a picture because it's so well made. It's so masterfully crafted. It's a feat for filmmakers. And if you're a film fan, if you're a genuine film fan, check it out. You will not be disappointed. Alright, that is my review of Parasite. If you like this video, comment, share, like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Alright, peace.